We're just from Fabio Quattararo and Morbidelli as well.
There's
Quattararo
Miller.
gets swallowed and one, no, he closes the door. Morbidelli holds on.
Just the start, Jack Miller, Quattararo. So Quattararo from pole has been pushed back down to fourth spot.
Of Nakagami and Mir is there as well. There's Maverick Vinales.
It was really sluggish off the line. Zarco in 10th through the first sector.
Fourth Miller as we head down the back straight towards turn 6 for
just what he wants on the factory Aprilia. Started on the middle of the third row in 8th. He's already got it.
He's up
Zarco
to
out
11th.
wide in the Pedrosa corner, Steve. He was having a bit of a tussle there with
Mardo 14th, Miguel Oliveira in 15th. Here is Pecco Bagnaia, number 63.
Franco Morbidelli and Fabio Quattararo did get the big red blur flying by them. It was in the form of Thriller. 2021 goes on and on and on. And the nightmare start
Team for the first time, and for the first time in 2021.
Jazz and Zarco coming very, very close to each other. Those two are really beating each other up on that first lap.
So far, everything looking pretty rosy. There is Aleix Espargaro further back then. This is all the drama going on.
The poor first lap from Rossi, started 17th. He's let Nakawona and Petrucci slip on through.
The two Suzuki's then.
Quattararo's
gone down.
Quattararo's just taken Bagnaia Linda here in Jerez.
Twitch there from the Ducati of Pecco Bagnaia. There's some.
Quattararo got the inside line coming out of 5 on Bagnaia, but Bagnaia with that brute horse, Quattararo with the hard work to do all over again. All that debris in the mud.
Jerez last year has it all to do now as he rejoins the race right at the very back.
Downhill full fuel tank at this stage of the race. It's so easy to have that front end wash out from underneath you.
Here comes Fabio Quattararo up the inside of Bagnaia into turn 13. That's great, but can he hold on?
Quattararo's done to Bagnaia what Morbidelli's not yet been able to do to Jack Miller as much as he dared, just to make sure there was no way that Bagnaia had the chance to slip up the inside into
Nakagami. So the Suzuki's now are in 6th and 7th. That's
9 men back to Vinales. There's a second between Vinales and Zarco. Well, in fact, Marquez has slipped back down to 14th place.
Jack Miller showed yesterday in FP4 to run with the Yamahas as Rins goes really deep and down into turn 6. It's a
disaster, no other word for it. Pure and utter disaster for Fabio Quattararo in Portimao 2 weeks ago, and he's an early faller here
in the Spanish Grand Prix. There's Aleix Espargaro. That's fine, that'll do. 5th place for now.
Wind was committed there, he tried to save it, didn't he, but gravity just took
Here
over.
Comes Quattararo.
2 Yamahas. He takes 4th place from Pecco Bagnaia, the factory Aprilia man on the brink.
It's Jack Miller for the race lead. There is Joan Mir just up ahead of Maverick Vinales.
We keep saying it, Rins throwing away yet another golden chance with a crash. He did it in Austria last year, he did it in Portimao last time out.
Quattararo though, he's closing up on the tail here of Jack Miller. Will he be even any?
That group involving Pol Espargaro, Bradl and Marc Marquez, those trio of Hondas that were really fastest lap of the Grand Prix so far for Zarco, 38.189.
Through on Nakagami shortly because Fabio Quattararo is close through these fast right-handers coming up, and he will launch an attack on Jack Miller surely.
Could be game over. Quattararo will know that, Jack Miller will know that as well. That was all set up through turns 11 and 12 with the superior Yamaha corner speed on the bow
with the power of the Ducati, but he's not strong enough on the brakes to get through. Got to get by Jack Miller fast.
This could be game over very, very quickly, because when this happened here in Bolaro went, already he's been able to put 7, 8, 9 bike lengths between for Alex Marquez in 2021. Faced as long as a wet Sunday, unfortunately for him.
Really see the start of that, but yeah,
this field team have got major problems here, because it's going to get bigger now. Mir's wide, well wide. More drama at turn 6 for the Speaking of Alex Rins, he's last. He's just set the fastest lap of the race, 38.114. We saw one of those. He's not going to be on the podium.
It's frustrating to watch from the Suzuki
3 and 4, where the Yamaha just comes into its own. It'll stretch its legs. Miller Yamaha in this 4th sector, where it's fast, high-speed corners. The edge grip in the corners.
Joan Mir here was desperate to get past Nakagami. He can see that the picture in the lounge.
He picks his moments very, very cleverly, very smartly, but this time just pushed into that
right lap record from Fabio Quattararo, and he was doing that for fun this morning and yesterday.
Get to the front early on, clear track, daylight ahead of you, head down.
Spain from Miller, Morbidelli and Aleix Espargaro on the Aprilia at the moment. That would be a best Mir. Further down the order, Pol Espargaro is in 10th ahead of Bradley.
Through Jack Miller's mind right now as he programming his brain. Quartararo was a little bit in the pace of Quartararo, and he badly needs a result. How much risk will Miller take?
Well, in the past, Jack Miller has bitten off more than he can chew, but at the back end, so you'd think that after the start that Miller's had to this season, he would take a
Was the only man in the 37s, and comfortably so. Everybody else high 137. Miller, to his credit, to his enormous credit, under the pressure that he bonded with a 37.9. Gap between himself and Quartararo, 6/10.
Yeah, that is as he chases the top 10. Just a couple of places behind these guys. Bastianini is coming through. He's up into 13th. He's just gone.
Yeah, Rossi 17th, but that's only because the likes of Rins and Binder and Alex Martino Rossi, he's 8/10 at the moment behind Ika Lecuona, who's had a little bit hot, trying to nick a bit of time back on the brakes. Another pre-RS GP, and that's
It is definitely the last sector where he's losing the time, but he is trying to, he's really pushing that front end of the Ducati as the Australian.
Yeah. Zarco is about to start attacking Maverick Vinales. He's got on him, getting by him will be
Bagnaia on board with. That's Aleix Espargaro. Now Aleix Espargaro be a podium on offer here.
Quartararo and Miller exchange high 130 lap from the Italian third place. The only three men in the
on board still there with Pecco Bagnaia. Just behind these guys, Taka Nakagami now down, so he might well feature in the latter stages of this one as well.
Yeah, and he's the leading light for his teammate Pol Espargaro in 10th place.
Breaking into turn 6, Bagnaia.
Confidence in that Michelin front tyre. He's able to stop that RSGP, wants to be, because Bagnaia is waiting to pounce on any kind of slip-up.
Well, the gap between Quartararo and Miller at that, you wonder how much tyre he's using just to do that, as Marc Marquez here.
Yeah, 10th and 11th for Repsol Honda, not what we expected to see from Pol Espargaro. Marc Marquez looks out of the saddle for him, just working his way back up to confidence, and confidence which was definitely erased, and Arroyo has also had a couple of crashes.
Quartararo, a 37.770, and if the lead is over, it could be it now. Miller surely has to wave the white flag to Fabio.
Comfortably clear of Morbidelli. He doesn't have to worry about the Italian at this stage of the race. Morbidelli second right now for Jack Miller, but it would be a massive fillip for him just to get
on board here with Pecco Bagnaia. He's using the speed of his Ducati to get it into turn 6, and he's really deep as well.
Nothing that Espargaro gets the drive grip, the acceleration down the back straight. He's able to just ease on through a latest Ducati breaker. He's taken over that mantle from Andrea Dovizioso in the
Here is Alex Rins then, just put in his personal
sliced off of that factory Suzuki, and that will be making this motorcycle downforce being generated by that right aero addition.
Aleix Espargaro in 2021, they've ridden brilliantly as the Spanish rider on the Aprilia. He loses a couple of places and then he comes on strong again. The same happened in Qatar behind Taka Nakagami here if he wants a chance at a podium.
Zarco's got Vineyard, very, very poor start. He was on the second row in 6. His whole shot device did not work.
I think we've had a faller, and now Bastianini.
Impressive start to his rookie season in MotoGP, turn 2. So easily done, the back of Incha Ducati.
Bastianini was running well as losing the front end, your classic turn 2 crash.
He has rejoined the race.
This is your fight for third place.
Delhi on this lap alone in the first 2 sectors. Bagnaia has taken nearly 3/10.
8 flat, Miller 1.3 behind, then it's Morbidelli, who is indeed 2/10 slower. Today, with 2 riders on the podium, Davide Tardozzi would be
not taking that fight with Zarco lying down, and why would he?
He's Vinales.
Joan Mir just set yet another PB lap. I've been keeping an eye on Mir's lap times. 2 or 3 really paying though for that mistake 4 or 5 laps to go down.
Mir and Vinales have opted for that softer front tyre in Jerez. This is Luca Marini at the moment.
Well wide, he wasn't going to make that corner in a million years, was he? A ring theme for Valentino Rossi. You've got to feel like they're running out of factory Yamaha at the moment. Rossi outside the points, and that's dropped to me right now.
These 2 guys know each other incredibly well. Franco Morbidelli and Pecco, both in the VR46 Academy. And now as we head on to Yamaha, running to his credit, Morbidelli.
Circuit right now is Jack Miller. Brilliant performance by the Australian. To hope that Quartararo sees plus 1.2, some kind of mistake. In the past though, when Fabio Quartararo, particularly bulletproof, rock solid, does not make a mistake.
At anywhere near